look how young that really basketball really is. Like you only had like 5 MVPs that have died because that's how you get what I'm saying.
Right. I ain't
How
never
young
think of
the
that.
sport is. Yeah, but like
So Cooley
more.
passed away, right? Because I think he
Nah,
top
Kuzie's still
75.
alive. Nah,
Okay.
Kuzie's still alive. You look at you that spoke on him. Nah, but they said it was Moses Malone, Wes Unseld, Wilt. Damn, unfortunately, Kobe.
And Bill
Now Bill
Russell.
Russell.
Yep.
Yeah. So
His five
5.
MVPs ain't nothing to. His five MVPs ain't nothing to sneeze at. It's like 5 MVPs. Dog.
Man, look,
Damn.
it's cool. I troll and I told my cousin I don't want to talk about those older guys because man, they pioneers. And I look at too what they done went through. Like we blessed, even though we not all the way free in this country and we got a lot of stuff, but man, our ancestors are strong. Like I would
Yeah.
hope to think that I was strong and could deal with it, but like they dealt with some real stuff. And
Yeah. I
imagine,
can't. I can't lie. I can't.
I ain't gonna
I
lie,
really
bro.
ready.
I don't know if I'd be that humble. I don't know if I was so strong.
Yeah. Bill
You know
Russell,
what I'm saying?
man. Bill Russell and Kareem. They were strong, man.
Yeah, man. To deal with that, you got to be really strong, and that's why I say I'm just thankful. And they went out and competed. Like you said, they laid the foundation. We don't have our sport. What if just say, not to go off on a tangent, but like let's say it did get to them, right? And they folded and just quit. They would have had every right to, but they still dealt with that despite that. Dang, we don't think they can hoop, but you know what? Kelly Oubre a bust they at. You get what I'm saying on some stupid shit with how we troll. They
Yeah.
still laid the foundation for us to build up upon what they did. So of
Uh-huh.
course we don't always want to say who the best is, but each generation is nothing without each other. We got to gain inspiration from them, and then two, we got to continue to push so that other people can come and play. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just each generation has uniquely really did that to each other. But going back to it, why I said Bill Russell and that point about it being young, only 5 MVPs have passed. Rap is really young too, and the fact that now that as we get older, we get to see guys that was hot when we were young in our 20s, and we get to see them as we approach in our mid 30s,
That's
pushing to
crazy, ain't
their
it?
40s. Yeah, it's crazy to just see the growth between them, not only them, but we get to
Somebody I
see it
work with
with
made a good
us.
point too.
Hmm?
Somebody I work with made a good point about because I was like, man, why he still rapping? He old, but it's like they was like, no, you got to think it's a young genre. So if it came out 79, 78, whatever, it started
Yeah.
that young. So we didn't get a chance to see people grow old because it's a young genre. It's not like the
Yeah,
other
we
way.
did. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. We was already alive. Like when we was young, we saw Little Richard or the Temptations. We saw them be old. You know,
Right,
Gladys
right,
Knight been old since we've been alive. You get what I'm saying? Aretha Franklin has been old because their music
right.
has been around so long. We're able to see those old pioneers. So of course, it's look to us. I think everyone kept making these assumptions because they made it when they were younger, and they didn't know they was gonna get old. But I think when they Drink Champs, they brought up when the game said when he was dissing Jay talking about you 40 and you still rapping. You
Yeah,
get what
we
I'm
doing the
saying?
same thing.
And they like, you 42 now. He like, I know.
I heard Cassidy say
I
something like
did.
that too. I ain't trying to be rapping like till I'm 30, like some of you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Or
oh,
Drake, when he
30.
talked about he was going to retire earlier at 35. And look at us. We 33, 2 years away from 35. It's
Yeah.
funny to see these guys, get old. So just going with that, back to Cole, it's just good to see his growth, Drake's, and Kendrick growth. And, without that foundation of one, Jay somewhat making it cool to be an older rapper. Jay about to hit his mid 50s. You get what I'm saying? LL Cool J damn near what I think he might be 54, 55.
Yeah.
So these guys, they might be rapping damn near till they 70. We gonna be 70 talking about nigga that Drake. Like how our parents and them, they still
Mm-hmm.
listen to Tupac and stuff. That's
It's
gonna
funny
keep
that
the music alive.
I
Huh?
don't see like Drake. What he like 36, 37 Drake.
He'll
I was
be
saying, I don't see
36, I
him.
think.
Yeah, I don't see him rapping at 50. I just don't see it. I don't see him
It's
want to do
weird,
it.
but I'm like, they could keep doing it in a weird way though. Not saying I'll put it like this. I don't expect no classics when he 50. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what
But
I don't get. Why Jay Z, like the Jay Z haters, be like, oh, like they come on, they don't like 444. Like how? Like
like
cut
even
their
Jay,
eyes. Like come on, cut their ready for it. That shit hard, bro.
but like I think Jay and then even Logic, it's weird because it's I was watching his interview on Rory and Mal, and I like Logic, but he's just a weird interview. He's so awkward. But like, he was addressing some things and he was talking about how he retired, and his retirement only really lasted I don't even think it lasted a year. You get what I'm saying? But he did talk about how he had got depressed because I think Joe Budden called him the worst rapper ever. He was like, I sold out
Yeah, I
Madison
heard
Square
that.
Garden.
Like, ain't no way in hell he the worst rapper. Ain't no way. And I don't even listen to him like that.
Yeah, but he was like, no, he was like, I was just sold out Madison Square Garden. It's a lot of people calling my name, but all I could think about is Joe Budden think I suck. He called me the worst rapper. So he said he had to take a break from rap. And why I was bringing that up is, despite him doing that, since I think he said he retired, the motherfucker to release like 3 albums. And he was just like, he really was just retiring from the BS. So going back to that, meaning now that guys really don't care, they're still going to love it. And that's what I was trying to bring up with Logic, why I brought up that point. He loves to rap. You're not going to just stop doing that. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And he was burnt out at 32. You get what I'm saying? So, baby, he was 32 and burnt out about rap.
He burned out. And Jay
Hey,
Z,
look how many retirements he's done. I think to bring my point home, Jay is probably retired from making albums, but he gonna hop on some verses. You get what I'm
yeah, he
saying?
always do that. Yeah.
Yeah, shoot. Puffy worked with Aretha Franklin, singing "A Rose Is Still a Rose." She was like in her 50s.
Oh, Jay Z was talking about right. Jay Z was talking about. He said Lil Baby and all the young dudes. Everybody look up to Jay. Like, that's crazy. Like Lil Baby, because Lil Baby almost alright. He like 27, so he seen a little bit of Jay Z. Like even he probably caught him
Yeah,
at the black. He probably caught him at the American Gangster era. But cause I caught him around the Blueprint or the Blueprint 2. Like when I was old enough to understand what he talking about. I don't count. Like I'm 7. I don't know what Jay Z talking about on Reasonable Doubt.
but I'm just saying this, right? Sometimes, too, you can get some clout and love from one showing love to the older generation and paying homage to the people that came before you. So, like, not saying weird stuff, but like, how we had Shaft in the 70s, right? And then um, Samuel L. Jackson had his version of Shaft, but he knew to keep Richard Roundtree, the original version of Shaft around. You get what I'm saying? It was dope to pay homage that way, even up until when they had that movie about 3, 4, whatever years ago. Meaning the younger generation, they can find it cool to pay homage. So what you mentioned in Baby, who says like how right now people think Jada go, right? And some kids are saying we're gonna get to a generation where some people think Drake is the GOAT. Then it may be some people think Lil Baby the GOAT. Then there might be some other kid who comes up to Lil Baby. But what if about really 10 years later, Jay's still alive, maybe, and somebody like, hey, let's get all 5 GOATs on one song. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Stuff like that. That's why I don't rule at these cats rapping when they 70 or something, as 60.
Mm-hmm.
We see it now. Nobody told singers, niggas like Next. They in their mid 40s, hitting their 50s. Them R&B groups we was listening to. You
And
think
ain't no
these niggas
guarantee the
about to
rappers
stop
that's hot
singing?
now gonna stay hot too, because it's a lot of rappers that came and went and was hot for 2 years or 1 year or 3 years.
But even it's a lot of artists, some niggas that we forget that might be trash, but still get a bag making some money. Making some money touring. So niggas will always, as
Like,
long as you have a
somebody like
fan
Chingy or
base,
something.
yeah, as long as you have a fan base, somebody will put a little show together, somebody will come see you, or they'll do something. So
Oh, the
let
Blueprint. I'm gonna get to the Jay Z.